Hey, David, we haven't talked in over a week. What happened?
I broke my PC's power supply unit, got it fixed, and upgraded. Not only that, but I got a lot of cool good luck lately. Which, as I've been saying, it'll get worse before it gets better, but it will get better.
Oh, things are going better? That's great. I'm glad for you. But it is Wednesday, so what's the subject for today?
I could piss myself off more so by talking about the stupid points changes for Imperial agents. They now have two different point values depending on if you're using them in agents detachments or not. Some of the points are absolutely insane. Why is the Vindicator 150 points in any army it'd be useful in? Knights got seriously hurt by this, went from 80 and almost doubled. That's insane. I shouldn't talk about that though. I could also talk about the shit that Xenos Hunter detachment is, but if you know the Black Spear detachment from the Death Watch Index, just make that a lot worse and limit it to 4 units and an Inquisitor. But I've been pissing myself off way too much lately. Y'all seem to actually like me bitching about things though, but I need to de-stress, so... Want to talk about a monkey?
More monkeys? The Emperor? Or someone else?
No, not that. An actual monkey. This, up until recently, was a model usable in the Imperial Agents or Inquisitorial Henchmen. This model was called the Jokaero Weaponsmith. They're a xenospecies that works with the Inquisition in order to make and repair weapons and special bags of holding. No, seriously. Look, I know none of you read the Warhammer Adventures book, but they're really not that bad. Actually, a little terrifying. But a Jokaero is one of the main characters in the series. Apparently, these monkeys were designed by the Old Ones nearing the end of the War in Heaven in order to create and protect their technology. Their tech is pretty fantastic, including but not limiting to atom-ripping lasers, pocket dimension devices, a crown that can transfer the mind of one thing into another. Oh, right, that's a thing they can do. They can undo the biotransference of the Necrons. They often design ships with a bigger on the inside sort of bullshit, and their favorite weapons often perform psychic attacks despite being a gun. 10th edition's cast guns started with them. These monkeys tend to live in a familial structure, sticking with their families until they find a new one and reproduce. Sometimes, but rarely, families will work together in order to attack a more powerful target that's posing a threat to them. More often, however, they'll run away, it seems. Jokaeros do not like getting involved with fights. They prefer to build things for others to fight for them, while they just monkey wrench in the back lines. This translates to them being primarily just fix-its in a fight. But on the table, this has an interesting effect. Now, up until the moment of the release of the Imperial Agents Codex on Saturday, they were part of the Inquisitorial Henchmen unit, but I understand why it, with the Demon Host, got removed. It was an old resin model, but it was a fun model. On the table, if the Inquisitor model was leading the unit, I'd recommend Eisenhorn for the Daemon with the Daemon Host too. The Jokaero would add 1 to the wound rolls of any ranged attacks, This includes their own weapons, which are simply called the Jokaero Weapons. It also applied to the unholy gaze of the daemon host, which is actually kind of funny, really. So, the Jokaero, working with 4 to 10 acolytes, up to 2 servitors, up to 2 mystics, and possibly a daemon-possessed loon, would upgrade guns with more stopping power. The power of the monkey with a bad touch finger. Seriously, look at this model. So, how did Jokaero get along with everyone in the Milky Way galaxy? Well, not that well, it seems. They really only build devices to fulfill the job of the here and now. So, getting them to do anything is stupid difficult. It's why the Inquisition often puts them in crews on the front line, so they'd actually do something useful. But they don't like the front line, they like hiding in the back. Along with the fact that Jokaero may not even be actually upgrading gear, but instead just tweaking it, makes them a bit unpredictable. You never know if something is actually helping you, just helping themselves, or fucking you sideways dry. Hell, it seems a vast majority of their upgrades are just cosmetics. They have an eye for fashion, it seems. It seems that the Xenos are often crewed to work with the Ordo Xenos, which I swear, that word Ordo used to have an S on the end. Wasn't it Ordos Xenos? Whatever. They used to work with the alien hunters and their Death Watch brethren, or I guess now, lessers.
David.
I know, my venom in the veins is ungodly. 100 points for something that gets a reroll 1 on wounds. Not even Oath a moment, despite the fact that they're supposed to be combined with the Oath. Whatever. It is about their monkeys. The Tinkerer is named as working with the Death Watch in Fort Nullifact against the 7th Blackstone Fortress. Well, not exactly against. So, the monkeys aboard the fortress wanted to trade with whoever was in the 7th Blackstone Fortress. Who was there? You'll need to get the game book for the Warhammer Quest Blackstone Fortress game. I don't know, I'm not gonna look it up. But apparently the Jokaero worked well with the Death Watch and rogue traders against Chaos Invaders while exploring the Soul Eater ships. Huh. Urgles. What the unholy hell? Oh, Drukari allies. Oh, that actually explains one of the skulls in my Citadel Skulls box. Neat! But there's another named Jokaero as well. Fleehan Paula, nicknamed Fleepit. He's one of the main characters in the Warhammer Adventures series, and he's a little rat bastard by his very nature. The book also points out that the Jokaero, despite their long red fur, are a hibernatory creature, and will just pass out if they get too cold. I want to point out that's not how hibernation works, but tell that to whoever wrote these books. I know he still works, but this series is the only one he did for Black Library, so this isn't his cup of tea. Let's see. Huh. Oh no. Dune spin-offs, Star Wars spin-offs, Song of Ice and Fire informationals? Good luck looking up his name. It's the same as a soccer player and remarkably similar to an actor, both from the same country. But I've got to get back to being pissed off about the Imperial Agents Codex. Fucking all of my armies in the ear dry without permission, so shove off.